Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to day 195 of a poem a day for 2026. um, it's been a rough day. Not necessarily a bad day, like mentally, emotionally, anything like that. Um, but my alarm went off early doors this morning. With plans of having a bath or a shower before heading to the office. Um, and Alarm went off, reached my phone, picked it up, opened my eyes, and intense head pain. Um, Part of what I was doing yesterday evening was being on a Discord call with a friend. We were talking about health stuff, and I was like, I haven't actually had a migraine in quite a while. So I conclude that I jinxed myself. Um, so I took some painkillers, reset my alarm for later. Um, Ended up dragging myself out of bed at around 9:30. Logged onto work and said to my manager, I was like, hey, can I do a half day? Like 12 till 4. Had some back and forth with her. She agreed. I proceeded to just go and sit. Lost track of time. Wanted to lay down. And I've managed to push through. Logged off at like 10 past 4. It's now about 25 to 5. And I'm here. So I'm recording this before I go and curl up into a tiny little ball. I've done a reasonable job of keeping on top of painkillers and hydrating. So let's see what we've got, and I hope that Tuesday has been kinder to all of you. Hopefully nobody else is dealing with minging brain fog and head pain. That's where I find I've got 2 pages of poetry for you. The 14th of July. And we have Belle Dame Sans Merci by John Keats. And our blurb reads as follows. 14th of July is Bastille Day, when the French remember and celebrate the storming of Bastille Fortress in 1789. It was a key moment in the French Revolution, when the common people took control of the nation away from the monarchy. And it was only a little over a month before the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen was established, marking France's evolution into a modern republic. Keats's ballad, the title of which means The Beautiful Lady Without Mercy, is a supernatural tale of romance and rejection, and though it doesn't directly relate to the storming of the Bastille, it does serve as a reminder about the heavy weight of history. Fascinating. Okay, so this is La Belle Dame Sans Merci by John Keats. Oh, what can ail thee, knight at arms, alone and palely loitering? The sedge has withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Oh, what can ail thee, knight at arms, so haggard and so woebegone? The squirrel's granary is full, and the harvest's done. I see a lily on thy brow, with anguish moist and fever dew, and on thy cheeks a fading rose, fast withereth too. I met a lady in the meads, full beautiful, a fairy's child, Her hair was long, her foot was light, and her eyes were wild. I made a garland for her head, and bracelets too, and fragrant zone. She looked at me as she did love, and made sweet moan. I set her on my pacing steed, and nothing else saw all day long, for sidelong she would bend and sing a fairy song. She found me roots of relish sweet and honey wild and manna dew, and sure in language strange she said, I love thee true. She took me to her elfin grot, and there she wept and sighed full sore, and there I shut her wild eyes with kisses four. And there she lulled me asleep, and there I dreamed, ah, woe betide, the latest dream I ever dreamt on the cold hillside. I saw pale kings and princes too, pale warriors, death pale were they all. They cried, La Belle Dame Sans Merci, thee hath enthralled. I saw their starved lips in the gloam, with horrid warning gaped wide, and I awoke and found me here on the cold hillside. And this is why I sojourn here, alone and palely loitering, though the sedge is withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Some great use of repetition there by Keats, bringing kind of the poem, or the ballad almost, back full circle. And kind of the reveal at the end that he is the loitering knight. Yeah, no, I like that a lot. And while I still feel rough, a little escapism is always welcome. So yeah, I had contemplated giving tonight a miss and playing catch up tomorrow, but I was kind of steeling myself to get up and leave my desk, and I thought, let's see if I have the energy to hop on and I'll give it a try. And I'm glad that I did. So yeah, here we are. Yeah. I have noticed that views have dropped recently. I'm not sure if talking about views and that kind of thing is standard practice with YouTube. No idea. I'm always interested in sort of analytics and stuff like that. I am still working behind the scenes on some things that I want to do more long form, and I'm looking at a couple of books to pick up. But as always, if there's anything that you would like for me to read, please do let me know. The thing that I currently have in mind, there's something that I do have here. It's just I can't currently reach it, so that needs a little bit of rearranging, which I'm hoping to be able to do this weekend. It will likely be some horror, so possibly not quite as soothing, but still very interesting. Horror, as I've said before, is kind of my bag, and yeah, I hope that will be of interest. If you have recommendations for maybe short fantasy stories, or any other genres which interest you, please do write in the comments. I would happily take on recommendations and pop an order to. I have a friend who runs a bookstore in Plymouth, I believe. I'll find out where she's based, and share the name of the store, um, so that if you are local to her, you can go and patron her shop. Recent acquisition for her, and her husband are having a wonderful time running the store. So yeah, but yeah, I am going to go and rest, and I hope that you all enjoyed that little delve into the fantastical. As always, thank you all for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, here's hoping we all have a very good night.